Hey guys, so here we are on the Property24 mobile app for Android. So right on the top you will actually see the three toggles for buy, rent and development. So here you can select if you're looking to buy a property, rent it, or looking for any new developments in the area. On the search bar just below it you will actually see you can actually type in and search by city, suburb, or even if you've got a web reference, and then of the right to it, that's where you can actually go onto Google Maps and actually select and see also the areas in a suburb. Below it here you've got the property types. So here you can actually select if you're looking for a house, apartment, townhouse, vacant land, commercial property, farm, whichever you are looking for at. And then below it you've got your minimum and maximum price. So here you can actually select if you want to filter according to your budget. And then also how many bedrooms, bathrooms, and if you click the more filters, you can actually then look at size, amount of parkings, specific features, if you're looking at any auction properties, retirement, on show, etc., and you can filter it even further down and then select it. So let's quickly actually go have a look at Bloemfontein. So if we go to Bloemfontein Free State, if we actually scroll down, you'll see now there are 5,290 properties currently in the market for Bloemfontein, and we can then play around and search it. So if we just say search, it will bring up all the properties that it's got. You will see the top ones here all saying sponsored on the top left side of the listing. That is actually showing us what properties are being paid for to promote them to be on the top of the search results. So this is what the agents or agency does, is they will normally, for certain listings, they will actually pay to have it on top, to actually for any search results in specific areas, or they can even put the listings in different areas at the top to try and get more clients to see it and to go through to their listings. So just to explain to you what you're seeing here, so let's take this one right here in 8 Olivia 1 Avonia Street. So this is by Property Commerce. So this property you can see now is in the market for 2,550,000. It's a 3-bedroom townhouse in Wild Olive Estate. Just below it you will see the street address. So not normally all the properties like the one just above, you'll see that there is no physical street address given, so the agent normally has the option to select if he wants to show the street address or not. A tendency that you'll get is normally sole mandates or exclusive mandates. They will show the actual listing address, but most likely with most of the listings they won't show any address on it, and you'll need to contact the agents to get that info. So if you click on the photo itself, it will actually open up the listing and give it actually a bit more in depth. So here on the top you will see the arrows here. You can actually toggle through the photos and you can actually then go and view the property. On the bottom left it actually gives you how many photos there are and which number photo you're viewing of it. So here you can see we're currently on photo 3 of 48. If we click on the bottom right side, we can actually then go into the grid list, and you can actually then easily scroll through most of the photos as well, or you can actually enlarge them and then literally scroll through the photos. So if we click back again or exit, we go to the main listing. Here it will actually give you the options of photos. Here actually they've got floor plans in as well, so here you can actually see how the floor plans look like. So not always available as well on listings. And you've got with the address being there, you can actually see where it is on Google Maps, where the unit is, and that is also if they've got the correct listing address on the unit. And then below here you will actually see a bond cost calculator. So this is a rough estimate calculator that will show you on the asking price, apologies for that, on the asking price what you will actually be able to pay on it. I mean, if you actually click on the arrow next to it, you can actually toggle and play around with this with a bond calculator, so a mortgage bond calculator. You can actually say how many deposits, the amount of years, what the interest rate is, and like most will know as well, interest rates has just recently dropped further, so that's a big bonus as well. So current prime when the video was taken now is at 11%. And now on the right side, it will actually show you what your monthly payment is, what the minimum gross monthly requirement is. So this is also estimate according to the installment that it's showing there, what the starting point almost would need to be for a gross income. There are certain circumstances that the bank will look at needing to require bigger gross income, or there might be certain times that they might look a bit below it, but this is generally the border of more or less of what we will look at. So it's normally about, I think the current is about a third of your salary you will be able to qualify for if your affordability is in a line. It will allow about a third of your income to be allocated towards a mortgage bond. So showing you here also below the gross monthly income required, it will show you what the total payment is. So this is the total payment after the bond has been paid off, or it shows you what the total interest will be on this. Total once off cost, so this is your bond cost and your transfer cost as well. And your transfer cost below here, this also includes if there's any transfer duty on the property as well. So there are options sometimes that you've got properties that there are no transfer duties, especially if you buy new developments directly from the developer, where you will pay no transfer duty. So there you will only pay the transfer attorney cost, which is much lower as well. But selecting on the items here on bond cost, you can select down, it will actually give you what the registration cost is, bank initiation fee, deeds office levy, postage and petty. So that's just a rough estimate also of what the lawyers might ask. So it can be more, it can be less as well, depending on the attorneys that are important. Also transfer cost, if you click on the arrow, it will give you the breakdown to say what the property transfer cost is, including that, deeds office levy, transfer duty, postage and petty fees as well. So that will just give you a breakdown of what the cost is. So here we can go back as well. So here you can actually then scroll down, you can read what they are saying about the property, what the description is of a property. Below it, it will also say here 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, garage 2, so that's a double garage or 2 separate garages. It is page friendly and it shows that it has got fiber internet. So any selections on it which the agent has added on to give you more info on it, that will populate and also show you there. I mean, below you can actually go through the property details. You can actually click down, see the listing number, what type of property it is, what the description is, lifestyle, listing date, total floor space. Here also it will show you what the levies are and also the rates and taxes. Going down here on rooms, here you can actually give a bit more detail on how many bedrooms, bathrooms, kitchens, lounges, dining rooms, whatever other rooms there might be as well. So that will be all listed under rooms. External features, here you will get your garage, your garden, etc. All external features from outside of a property. And here building as well, here you'll get a bit more info on the building, what type of roof it is, where it's facing to, what's the style of the building. Other features here, it's got internet access fiber, so any additional features that it might have onto the properties. And point of interest, this is normally according to the location. It's calculated by Property24 to show you what is in the area. The points of interest: schools, sport fields, petrol stations. Sometimes it will give you even transport routes or nearby transport, but here it actually gives you a bit of more info of what's in the area. Below that, then here you've got again your bond cost, the calculator which you can play, and then below you will also see you've got options to view the detailed breakdown. Also what are bond and transfer costs. So there's an article, and also what do I qualify for based on my income. So there you can actually then filter also through to see what your affordability is. So going back to the bond costs, if you click on that arrow, you'll see on the top right here there's a drop down button as well. So here you can play around with your affordability calculator, additional payment calculator, and bond and transfer calculator. So you can actually play around with these calculators if you are looking to make an offer or to try and figure out what you can afford as well. But we will link it above as well, the video where we actually talk about pre-approval. So the best is, if you are looking to buy a property, get a pre-approval done, and you will actually then get a bond originator which will assist you with that process, and they actually supply you with a certificate as well, which you can then use to give to the agent and also see what the banks will approve you based on the info that you submit to them. And then they do a quick credit check, but it's a soft check. It doesn't affect your credit score in any way. So they just look at what your current credit score is and work according to a certain formula with the rest of the info that you do supply to them to work out what your affordability is. Going back just to show you some more of the features on the filters as well. So here on the top right, you've got the share button as well. So if you've got to share this to some of your friends, on the top right you'll see the share button, and you can actually say share it to some of your friends or colleagues or wife or whoever you want to. Scrolling down here, you will actually get more info of who the company is, the agency that is advertising the unit, and also the agent. So here you can also select and ask to show contact number, which you will then get the contact number for the agent, or you can directly send a message to the agent via Property24. So let's go back to the main search area, and let's go back up to the top and then select options. So here you can also say sort, filter, or map view, and it will actually give you a bit more info and ways to filter the properties as well. So let's go back to the search bar. Here, let's play around a bit with the property. So let's say we're looking to buy a property. We're looking to for a house. So let's select house, click OK, and we know our maximum budget is say 3 million, and we're not looking to go below 2 million. So we can set the maximum and minimum, and then immediately you see it below that the search results has dropped down. So there currently, according to that, there are 328 properties. So let's then go and select bedrooms as well. We need maybe 3 and more. Bathrooms, we need at least 2 or more bathrooms. So there you can see immediately the filters start dropping down, and the properties become less. So 309 properties only now. So let's go more filters, and let's actually say we've got pets and we need the property to be pet friendly. So immediately dropping down to 232 properties. Now let's say search, and then we can have a look. So here you can see as well, same again, sponsored listings on the top, and then the most relevant and newest listings shown on top. And here you can actually scroll through to see what properties they're on the market, and then work through the options as well. So this is just a quick guide on how to navigate through the system. So let's go back. Let's go actually have a look at, say you're not looking to buy, you're just looking to rent a property. So let's select rent. Let's go Bloemfontein again on the selection. And let's say we're looking to rent an apartment. Our budget is, let's say we're looking to spend 6,000 per month. And we need, let's say, 2-bedroom property. So immediately it's showing us on search results only 47 properties. If we search, it will then bring up all the properties that are in that price bracket. So here you can see some are, looks like it might be a 4-bedroom apartment in Willis. I think that might actually be subdivided, so you would probably most likely only rent your room in that unit. Where here you can see 5,000 per month. That's a 2-bedroom apartment in Navalsig. Flat share, there we go. So that's also listed actually by owner as well. So on most listings you will see at the bottom right of a photo, you will see the logo of the listing company, and that is also if the listing company is actually paying Property24 to show their logo. Some agencies do not pay for that feature, so it won't show any logo, but here you can see this is actually by the owner itself listed. So let's actually go in here. Here you also see it looks exactly the same. They've just selected to say it's a flat share, giving you that it's a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom, it's 72 square meters, no pets allowed, it is furnished, there are fiber internet, and here you can actually then go through to get more info, etc. And going down to the bottom here, you will actually see it's completely different compared to when an agent actually advertise it. So here it won't show any other details of the landlord. If you select contact number, it will show you the contact number, or you can message the landlord directly through Property24. And you can actually see down below as well, there is a selection at the bottom left where you can actually say call landlord, and will immediately use your number and call from your phone to that number. So here you can actually play around. So it's a nice and easy way to filter around. Let's just show you guys the last one with developments. I'm actually gonna go, let's go Bloemfontein as well. Let's see what developments are in the area. So development type, let's keep it on sale, and let's say search. Let's see if there's anything. So there we go, Bergview, we've got Oakland Estate, Queen's Park, and here it will actually show you all the developments and where the price range is starting at, and then Olympus Range. Let's go actually in this one, and then we can actually go and have a look at the physical listing. So here it's actually showing there's 28 houses, no transfer duty, so this is also buying from the developer. And here they've got some photos and renders as well, showing you of the stage, how the buildings look like, etc. And down the bottom we can say read more. We can actually go through the description, giving us a bit more info of what's happening at the state. And here you can say plans for Olympia Range. So there's type A, there's type B, type C, type D, and here we give it different type of options of what you can get, the sizes of it, and also the price range of it. And here facilities, it will actually then explain to you what are the facilities in the development, in the complex, or in the estate. And here you will actually see now that there are photos, a video, and a map as well. So the video is generally just a video that they've done of the estate or the complex or the development, which they then upload to YouTube, which you then can go and view, just to give you a bigger showcase of the area, the housing, etc. And then also here you can now see who the developer is for the complex, and you can contact the developer directly. So there are a difference between the normal developers and also estate agent listings. So this is directly done by the developers on the development side, and then the normal listings for a property, that will be done on the buy a property tab. And if any agents do have a mandate to advertise any of those units, which they will most likely also get an agreement to with the developer, they will then advertise it here on the buy cycle, and you can actually then go and also filter it on. And most likely, depending on what the developers will allow them to do, they will either have one generic listing for property, or if there are different types and different sizes to the earths and also the houses, the developer might give them the option to actually list 2, 3, or 4 different types of listings for the different sizes with all the plans, options, etc. But majority of the time, the developers don't want the agents to over spam it with listings, so they'll generally just ask them to do one generic listing for the development. So hope you guys have found this quite interesting. So if you do log in as well and you create a profile for you on Property24, you can actually then at the bottom use the saved toggle as well. So if I go back to the search results here, you will see that at all the listings at the bottom right, you've got a little heart there, and you can actually then select it as a favorite, which you can then go back to see which units you've actually saved as a favorite. You can then set up alerts as well. So here it's just asking me to sign up now, but when you select alerts, you can actually then go and select the area, what type of properties you are looking for, and how you want to get notified of these listings. So whenever agent uploads it and makes the listing live on Property24, you can then either get a push notification, or you can get a direct email from Property24 informing you that there's a listing just been uploaded with a link to that listing. And then toggling under more, Here you've got private listings, calculators, tools and advice, area trends and statistics. So if you want to look at the sales statistics and the trends of the area, you can then go there as well. For most of the reports you'll have to pay for to get that, and buy property report, but it's also reports on specific properties or specific areas, and you can actually then buy a report to see what the average sales etc is. Agent zone, so that's just for all the agents that are registered with Property24. So that's the link to the back of house area for them, for the listings, to promote listings and to add listings on, depending on what type of listing program we use. So most of the agents do use a different program which is linked to Property24, which they will then submit all the data and it will automatically pull through to Property24. And then at the bottom you've got the sign in tab, so if you do create your profile, that's a nice thing. So for people looking at different areas, looking for investment properties, or want to just stay up to date what's happening in the area, you can set up the alerts, sign in, set up the alerts, and then whenever anything happens on Property24, you'll get the notifications and stay up to date. So I hope this has been helpful. If you've got any questions regarding the usage of the app or how to navigate through the system, please leave a comment below in the comment section and we will get back to you. But please like this video as well if you actually found it informative and appreciated what we've actually explained to you guys. Have a great day, guys. I appreciate it.